Hi everyone. Today I have a really simple throw together recipe for you. This is a great sort of potluck recipe. Summer, living in Florida, summer's 9 months out of the year. But it is in full swing across the country, and you will find yourself getting invited to pool parties and barbecues and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I know I've missed the 4th of July, but, we've still got, what is it, Labor Day left to go. So we're still having parties and things that you get invited to all the time. So what I have here is basically an AntiPasta salad, an AntiPasta pasta salad. I've gone ahead and prepped about half of a cucumber, peeled it, cut it in half lengthwise, and sliced it into little half moons. I've got cherry tomatoes. This is kind of a use what you got recipe, because my daughter loves cherry tomatoes. She eats them like gangbusters, but for some reason this pint just sat in our fridge for weeks, and now I'm starting to get tomato raisins. They're still good, they're just wrinkly at this point. So I was like, you know what, I need to use these guys up or they're gonna go bad. So I've got cherry tomatoes. I think I got about 20 of them that I went ahead and just sliced in half. And about, I don't know, it's probably 3 ounces of cubed cheese. I've got a Monterey Jack, along with a whole milk mozzarella. If I had feta, I would use it in this because it's awesome. I've got black olives. You could use green olives, whatever you like, basically. So I've got a couple more cherry tomatoes to do, and the other half of the cucumber. So I'm gonna go ahead and do those. And it's real simple. You just slice those tomatoes in half. I don't know why she didn't eat them this time, but normally she eats them really, really fast. I turn around and boom, the tomatoes are gone. I'll be unpacking groceries from the grocery store and then turn around to put the tomatoes away and they're gone. She's absconded with the whole pint of them. Okay, so cut that cucumber in half lengthwise. And lay it down and slice it in the little half moons. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then the rest of it. Okay, now I have an oil and vinegar sort of herb dressing here. You could use the Greek from Kin's Steakhouse, or even the Paul Newman's is really good. This one I think was the Good Seasonings garlic and herb. I know those packets have a little bit of sugar in them, but not enough for me to worry about. So go ahead, take your bowl. Dump your cucumbers and tomatoes, your cheese, and actually the little mozzarella pearls for this. You don't even have to slice them. They're just tiny little balls of cheese. You can throw that in there and they work really, really good. Again, if I had feta, I would have put feta in here. Let's see, and basically you just really use any dressing you like. You could make it a little more on the Greek side by using like Katamala olives with the feta cheese. If you're worried about the tomatoes having carbs, you could back off of the tomatoes and add a little more cucumber. It's really, really versatile. Open that up. Oh, the other thing I forgot. Meats for this, if you're wanting to put meats in it. If you're taking it to some place you think you might have vegetarians or vegans, you can leave this out. I like meat in mine. I'm doing the little mini pepperonis because that's what I got. But I have done this with like little slices of salami, and it is awesome. Just break those up a little bit. And you can get a summer sausage and cube it up and throw it in there. That's amazing. I mean, you could get really fancy and go with some prosciutto and fancier cuts of cold cuts if you wanted to. You know, I know it's really tough because it always seems like any of these parties you go to, what do they bring? They bring potato salad, or they bring like pasta salads. You know, desserts are always like trifles or cakes or things like that. If you don't know what a trifle is, it's something we do in the South. It's when you have messed up the cake that you're baking, you basically take it out and put it in a pretty bowl, kind of cube it up and put it in a pretty bowl and layer it with like pudding and fruit and whipped cream. It's what we do when we mess up our cakes. So, but they are delicious regardless. Not keto friendly though, by any stretch of the imagination. Although, I suppose you could do, well, I guess that'll be another video. Maybe something with an almond flour cake and some sugar-free pudding. Okay, that will be enough of those guys. Set those bad boys over there. Oh, the lid was off of that. Luckily, it wasn't too off. And my other tip for the day, always have your paper towels handy. Okay, anyway, I think that's shook up enough. I don't really measure, I eyeball. And a serving spoon is helpful. Thank you, oil and vinegar. Okay, now go ahead and give that bad boy a stir. And this is just one of those things. It is nice for summer because it is fresh. You're using up fresh vegetables, cucumbers, tomatoes. It doesn't, it's, you know, even though there's an oily dressing on it, it's not, the vinegar cuts through that and it doesn't like weigh you down. You don't eat it and you feel like you want to crawl off for a nap afterwards. But the nice thing about it too is, you know, you can prep this earlier in the week, and the longer it sits, the better it gets. It's really a good recipe. But the other thing is you can actually put this with just a regular salad. So you could prep it for the week, cut up your lettuce for the week, keep that in bowls, keep this in separate bowls when you go to work, or it's time to have lunch after work or during work, or you come home and you know you just don't want to cook anything for dinner and you just want something simple. Get a little bit of this out, toss this on top of a bed of lettuce, add a little more dressing to it, and away you go. You've got dinner made. So let me get a little container. Actually, I'll use one of these bad boys again. That makes sense, doesn't it? Waste not, want not, guys. All right. Now, doesn't that look pretty? Isn't that special? So we will give this a taste. You want to make sure that it doesn't have Doesn't need any salt or pepper. Or usually the salad dressing has got enough seasonings in it that you don't really need to add anything additional. No, doesn't need anything else. That is really, really good. Can I have another bite of that? And because you have all those seasonings in the salad dressing, you don't need to add anything. That's all you need. I mean, you can make an oil and vinegar dressing with just, you put your oil and your vinegar in, and then use a seasoned salt. Add it too. I love that Mrs. Dash table blend. I get like the generic one at Aldi's all the time. But I love the blend that she has in that. Makes an awesome salad dressing. I've used that before. So yeah, the cucumber tomato AntiPasta salad. Great for potlucks to take to the to parties over the summer. Keto friendly, because everybody else brings carb heavy stuff. So here you go. It's your safe space. There you are. Alrighty. I'll talk to you later. Bye.